Hey guys, Life of Rio here. This is gonna be a Volt discussion video, man. I really want to talk about his rework that he should be getting pretty soon. And also, what I was playing here was a Pluto survival using only my secondary weapon with no powers. It was no downs. It was a pretty great run. It was really fun. I was just doing this one on stream also. But guys, let's jump right into it. Okay? If you guys play Volt and you're a Volt fan, I am a super huge Volt fan. I think Volt is an amazing frame. He's in a good place in Warframe, meaning he's not too OP, he doesn't suck. But a lot of people feel like he's subjected to only doing certain things in Warframe, like he's only for capture. Now, don't get me wrong, Volt's amazing for capture and stuff like that, but he excels at survival, he's great at defense, he's just great in a lot of things. It depends on how you build him. We all know the duration Volt is amazing. You got the range Volt for the the team aspect, plus duration. But here's the thing: the power strength Volt is terrible. Now, I mean, when I say power strength, I don't mean for speed. We all know power strength for speed equals his capture run. But overall, Volt is considered a DPS in Warframe, especially back in the day when I first got on Warframe, was years ago. Volt was considered a DPS frame, which he was, but the main abilities that the main ability that got him killed was his shield. That's the only ability, but he's subjected to be a DPS frame, which I don't really understand. Also, his shield is amazing. His first ability, I feel like, should stay whenever he gets his rework. His first ability should just be affected by power strength mods, to where he can increase the number of targets that he can chain to, because just being 5 targets I don't think is enough. And for it to be 5 targets, the stun isn't quite long enough to really hold down anything. But overall, I think it's a great move and it should stay. It has a weird little mechanic to it. Most of the time it works best if you aim it off of walls and the ground, and it always hits the enemies for me. And then on Volt Prime, I love how they gave it that little lightning bolt out the air effect. I think that's awesome. His second ability, which is speed, I think speed should also stay when he gets his rework, but at the same time get some new mechanics to it. I think speed is just an amazing utility move. It's fantastic and he shouldn't lose it. Now, I think speed should add two things, one or two things. It should either add to how fast you reload your weapons once you activate speed, or it should just act as a speed hostess to how fast you can switch between your primary weapon and your secondary weapon. I think just like commonly, he gets super fast, so he should be able to do that. I just think that should be built in. His third ability, which is shield, I just think they need to bring it back to the way it was. I just think BE didn't have a way on how to just fix it as of yet, so they just kind of nerfed it. But I hope they do bring it back, or just give some new mechanics to it. I think that his augment, which is soon to be on the way, I can't wait for it. His shield augment, I really hope they don't mess it up. What I'm hoping it is, my ideas are going to be different from you guys, which I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about it. I think his augment for shield should definitely either when enemies come up close to it, bounce them off. Because one of Volt's main weakness is when enemies are running through the shield to come at him. That's what forced him to not be stationary. And also we all know his weakness is bombers. But if you guys have great ideas, definitely let me know for the shield. But I definitely think some kind of augment should be bounced off the shield. And another thing, I don't think enemies should be able to just throw grenades straight through his shield. Like if you have shields just all lined up, grenades still come through it. I think that should also be bounced off as well. Another thing, his fourth ability, which is overload. I mean, you guys probably feel different than me about this ability, but I've been using Volt for a long time, for a couple years now. And overload is just a terrible ability, man. I know you can put range mods on it, and you could try to max it out with power strength, but it's not gonna kill anything. Once it hits the area one time and it takes out the extra damage from the lights, it doesn't add that anymore. You know what I mean? So I feel like his fourth ability, if they're gonna keep it, it needs a really significant damage buff. Or if they're going to rework it just completely, it should just change the way how it operates. He shouldn't keep him stun locked in the air for as long as it does, or it needs a built-in natural talent. But overall, let me know what you guys feel about this, man. If you guys like Volt, any ideas that you feel like he should have. Shout out to all the Volt players, because he is an amazing frame. And I'll catch you guys on the next video, which I will be having up very soon, by the way. Thank you guys for watching.